Hey there, Austin here with IDK Fred, and today I've decided that since I've done an unboxing of this mixer right here, along with some poker chips and some RC tires I unboxed a little while ago, that it is time to build and reveal what I'm going to build with these. So using this as a motor, poker chips as ammo, and this as an attachment to the motor, I'm planning on building a poker chip shooter gun. So the main idea is to take the body off of this, the white body, and then attach the wheel to the part right there where the gears normally would be. They would turn down over to here, but we'll just take it off and connect it straight up. And then using that, we'll run the poker chips underneath the wheel, and it will fling the poker chips down a little barrel, a flat style barrel. But that's the question. Can I do it? It's not really the question. Nah, I think I can do it. But we're going to take some arts and crafts here over on the floor down below us, and we're going to try and build this for the hell of it, because I am extremely bored. It's like 4 in the morning right now, and I'm not gonna fall asleep. Here we go. Okay, first here, I think we'll just try a demonstration of what I'm kind of thinking here. Now I've got a nice little tiny small motor hooked up to this guy, and I've got a little daisy chain of like 4 AA batteries here hooked up. Hopefully they still got charged and are connected good enough. I don't know, I made this like a month or 2 or so ago. But let's connect this up and see if we got this motor running. Positives and negatives, I don't know that really matters on this little of a motor. At least, hasn't ever for me. Okay, so if you can see there, we've got a little bit of power building up. You can hear that. Runs really nice. Just on a small motor. Very smooth. Now we take it down, we touch it on this thing, and it flings it forward just a little bit. So we just kind of tap the edge, and it flings it. That time got a little bit more, but this little motor has a lot of good power and moves it fairly good. Now the idea is to run it with this big of a motor and fling it a lot harder, a lot farther. So I'm going to take this apart first. Get down to the real motor. Okay, so I had to take a couple screws out of the bottom to remove the bottom casing of the entire case. And then on the inside I had to get some other screwdrivers to reach that to be able to remove the inside screws that were a little bit deeper down in there, and to loosen up the motor, which was basically free at that point. Then I had to remove part of the handle area to be able to undo some of the wires that go up to control switch to be able to control the speed of the mixer. Then once the motor was completely detached, I had the gear area I had to deal with, and I had to remove, just basically breaking off the gears on that side, the little fan and everything, to completely free it up. And I had to detach the mounts that were holding the gears in place so that I could get the tire close enough. So once I got all of that removed and the tire was able to be close enough, now it's time that I need to attach the tire on. So it's just about the right size, and it fits fairly good right onto right there. So then I hollowed out the tire on the inside just a little bit, just to be able to fit it right, and then I added a lot of glue, first going with a little bit of super glue. Sadly I got the slow set stuff and I didn't have the patience to wait for that to set, so then I filled it up with a lot of hot glue, and I thought it was all nice and dried in there and cooled down a good bit, because the outside layer was cooler and not that bad, but it was still a little bit warm. So I made the mistake after I got all this hot glue on there on the outside, on the inside, all filled up. It was a lot of hot glue, of turning it on to try to cool it off a little. So I turned it on here, and it ended up spraying the hot glue all over the place. Yay. And so that got on me, got all over this stuff right here, and left the tire, which I needed it in, so I ended up having to put more hot glue in. So here it is. Blah. Yeah. Motor dropped out of my hand down below, and that's about it. Okay, the wheel is now full of glue. It is completely attached onto there. Nice and secure. There is a little bit sticking off. That shouldn't be a problem, I would think. But you know, of course that little bit of glue is going to be a problem. All the time. Every day, all day. But you see, when I turn it on here, that rubber just flings off there like a good 6 inches. So, screw that rubber. Let's try attaching that down with some screws. So let's screw it down on there. I'll add a little bit of heat to make some holes, and then screw it through where I kind of punctured the holes with a little soldering iron. So, now I've got about 5 screws on there. Let's try this out. How's this go? Looks nice, doesn't it? Should be nice, right? We would think. Oh, those screws will work. Just kidding. Let's turn this sucker on. So here we go. And it holds for a second, and then it just lets right go. Those screws didn't have a chance at holding that on there. So no, that ripped right through the rubber, and the screws are still on here. Just gotta pull the rubber off real fast. And there they all are, still on here. How wonderful. So let's pull all of these guys out of here because it runs just fine with them in there, but let's get them out of here. And let's try, I don't know, let's throw the tire back on, add a little bit of duct tape around it after we take these screws out here. And with the duct tape around, that should hold the rubber in place, right? We would think, you know, it should. But no, we turn it back on and the rubber still flings out a good 2 inches or so away from. It's amazing how elastic that rubber is. It just clear out from the rim. So, well, that was worth a try, but we'll turn it on one more time just to see. I don't know, let's see here. So we turn it on, and it still flings out after half a second and starts gaining air room around that, which would not work with the gun because then it would start eating up whatever the surface was underneath it. It would probably dismantle the engine, so let's try something else here. Let's put some rubber bands on here. That should work, right? Just kidding, they fling off a good about a foot or so. They really are rubbery and elasticy. They are elastics. That is their name. So, screw rubber bands. Let's try something else here. How about this? Let's just put duct tape around the rim. And look, it kinda works. We lose like 100% of the grip, but hey, it does something. So, tire idea was a good idea, but we would need like a really frickin' solid rim with like metal on the inside like a normal tire, because just a plain rubber tire on the rim will not do, because it just flings around like, blah. No, we'd have to have like a real tire. So now let's build the main gun. So I just cut these really solid pieces in half, kind of mount them right over each other using this little dowel piece as a spacer in between. Then here in the middle of this, I'm going to cut it out and add it so we can have a trigger that comes up through the middle and just pushes them forward and through all the poker chips. At least that's the idea. We would hope it would work. So got the main body part for it set. Now we're just going to cover it with all these popsicle sticks, because why not? We like popsicle sticks. Apparently. So many popsicle sticks. That must have taken forever. I would think. I did do it. Okay, now here on the bottom, I kind of create a little mount area so I can have my trigger down on the bottom. And for my trigger, I'm just having a little cross piece. So I can just add some elastic to it, and it can just spring back very nicely in there, and then I'll have it covered kind of, but still rockable on a little dowel piece. That being the cross piece on the sticks. And then glue this down a little bit so I have a little elastic mounting area so I can mount the elastics right to it. And then up on top, we're just going to add this heavy-duty cardboard-ish stuff. Add a couple little things to the side of it so we can screw our engine on nice and securely. And then we're just going to mount this up here, and we got to add some popsicle sticks for more support behind here, because otherwise the engine will move and will wobble around a little bit. But the popsicle sticks will save it, right? Yeah, whatever. It works. And then we mount the engine right there. I'm just going to add a little piece of popsicle stick to keep it in place right in certain areas. Screw it down onto there, and I think we are set. Just add a couple more things to mount our little turn-on switch. So now it's time to test this thing out. Got the little trigger mounted up here to turn on, and then I feed one through, and hey, look, it doesn't want to go through. We try it again, and it gets nowhere. Let's try it again. Screw the trigger. Let's just feed it with my finger. And we get 3/4 of the way through the barrel, and it does not come out the other side. I am trying to shake it out right now. So, well, that didn't quite go as I wanted. The rubber, the duct tape is not picking it up as good as I want it to. And it's only feeding it through 3/4 of the way. That's just sad. It's not even coming out the end of the barrel. And the tape is flapping around. You can't hear it though, because my audio's screwed up. So screw the audio, I'll just talk over it. But no. So all that, we have the gun. It's all mounted, the engine is running, and it's all so wonderful looking. Screw the wires that are loose. I only shocked myself once. Don't try this at home. But here we go. We try a couple more, and they just kind of feed through ever so slowly. If you could hear the engine right now, it's got that high-pitched and then it hits something right as it runs one of the poker chips through. And so they ever so slowly start feeding out the end if I just start loading it up with them. But it will not feed on... Whoa, did you see that? So they are feeding through slowly like that. But when I accidentally caught one on the edge, it flung it to the side a good 5 feet or so. So we'll try them again. And they just go. They kind of fling off, hit the edge there, spin, and go good little distance here. It's kind of funny. But I'm in a closed room, so it doesn't go all that far. But it actually launches them. Not through the barrel, not how I want it to. But it goes somewhere. It's like, crap, I built this gun to shoot through a barrel, and it won't even shoot through the barrel. It wants to shoot to the side, and they all just get stuck inside. I swear I cleared it up good enough they could go through, just flings off to the side. So, well, that was so much fun building that, and it went so much like I wanted it to. But the side option is so much more fun. Because, see, fitting it the normal way is just too normal. Feeding it different is better. I don't know. Whatever. But so, here is the complete construction of my poker chip shooter. I'm going to have to revisit this because this is not what I wanted. And now it got them stuck because they started piling up on top of each other before they even entered the barrel. So screw it. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. And as always, I don't know. I really don't. I have no clue why this gun isn't working. And I should be uploading every Friday. And yada yada da. And I'm tired and have no clue what's wrong with this gun. I'm gonna feed more through because I'm bored. Hey, look at that one. The red one flew really good. Let's try the white one. The white one went somewhere too. I have one more. Ta-da! We're done. I'm done. No, don't pick that green one up. Okay, fine, we're doing the green one. We're doing the red one again. And the red one flies. And so does the blue one. What do you want, Bet? What do you want, Bet? I hit the camera.
The blue one hit the camera. It wasn't me. Nobody saw that. I still have a warranty on it. I swear. I probably don't have a warranty. I'm just shooting with my webcam anyways. But yeah, so much fun. Worked just like I wanted it to. Exactly like I wanted it to. I mean, like, nothing different than what I wanted it to. Blah. Goodbye.